Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Menachem Creditor. It's my honor to serve as scholar in residence and rabbi for UJA Federation of New York. We bring you Torah and music, blessing and community every weekday. We've been doing so since March 18th, 2020. Today it is Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. I'm just going to say a hello to our friends in Instagram world because that got off to a slow start. So pardon me, friends, for doing this in real time. Usually I set it up before we begin. It's good to see all of you. It is Tuesday, June 9th, 2026, and here we are for broadcast 1565. Good to see all of you. Arlene and Barry, Jack and Linda, Cecile, Boker Tov. It's good to see all of you. I hope that you and yours are safe and well. Stan and Eileen, Carl, Boker Tov. We're going to take a second, sing a bracha, learn some Torah, start our day together. Sandy, good morning. Rosa, you're sharing? Oh, that your friend and teacher Batya passed away a couple of days ago. You'd like to offer today's Torah learning in her memory. Amen. May her memory be blessed. Lydia and Marcia and Ron, good to see you. Betsy and Kathleen, Jonathan and Karen, Susie, Boker Tov, Natalie, and Lisa, good to see all of you. Hi Linda, hi Ron, hi George. Hi Ashley, nice to see you. Hi Michelle, good to see you. Linda, happy birthday. Today's Torah is also in honor of your birthday. Hi, 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 hi. Today, hi, 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 hi. Today, hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, melech haolam. Everyone, it's good to see you. Thanks for sharing these life moments as we have for the last 6+ years. It's beautiful to see us function as a healthy and loving community. And so in celebration and in comfort, welcoming Arlene, your son and your husband home, glad that they're safe. All of us sharing these moments, it's what makes Torah real. Let's learn a little bit of Torah for today. It's Parshat Shlach Lecha, and you might hear even from the title, Lecha, this is a phrase that we've seen many times in the Torah, most famously Lech Lecha. The doubling of language there is what draws our attention, but the Lecha. And last week, one of the things we learned about was Aseh Lecha, make for you. So Lech Lecha is Avram's journey, go for you. Aseh Lecha, when it comes to the trumpets, for announcing that it's time for the camp to move, is make for your sake. And in this week's Torah portion, Shlach Lecha, send for your sake, that might not be what the literal translation is. It might just mean send. It's an ancient way of saying send. But we always, as readers and lovers of text, and interpreters and students and teachers, we dig deep. So even if this is actually just a way of speaking, listen to the full verse, a translation, and then a suggestion for us. The Hebrew in chapter 13, verse 2 of the book of Bamidbar, Numbers, is Shlach lecha anashim v'yaturu et eretz Kna'an Asher ani noten livnei Yisrael, ish echad, lemate avotav tishlachu kol nasi vahem. You can even hear the poetry of the words ish echad, one person, one person. The translation is send agents to scout the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelite people. Send someone from each, and we would add from each of their ancestral tribes, each one, a chieftain among them. And this idea that in order for us to enter the land, we would each send a representative, a leader, a chief of the tribe, in order to find out about this land that God has promised. But what's important about this, and what is strange about it, is that we already know about this land. Why? Because God told us. In fact, this is Rashi's comment, quoting from a few rabbinic sources, including, I'll just rattle them off because Safaria lets us know. You can look at the Talmud Masechet Sota, and you can look at Midrash Tanchuma. Rashi is the great consolidator of comments. And this is what Rashi says. Shlach lecha, for yourself. That is, according to your own judgment. I do not command you to send spies, but if you wish to, send some. God said this because the Israelites came to Moses and said, we will send people before us. This happens later in the Torah, in Deuteronomy. This is the way Moses remembers it, that the people said, you must send for us people. So, according to this blended read, which happens later in the Torah, but at the same time here, Moses connected with Shekhinah, took counsel, whereupon God said to them, I told you long ago, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt into a land flowing with Zavat Chalav Udvash, a land flowing with milk and honey. This is Exodus chapter 3, verse 17, which means God doesn't need for us to send spies. God doesn't need spies. God told us way before the journey began that the land we were going to was good. And so this is how Rashi, channeling the ancient tradition, quotes God. We don't have this quote, but it's us imagining what God's response to the human need for what we call due diligence must feel like. I swear I will give them now an opportunity to fall into error through the statements of the spies so that they won't come into possession of it, the land. I give you everything you need according to this depiction of God. But you say you still need proof. I told you it's a good land. What proof do you need? Fine. Go see it for yourself, is actually the way God's tone feels, at least to me, when I read Rashi. Because the verse itself says, send spies. God said to Moses, saying, send spies, but for your own sake you're sending them. I've already seen it. I've already told you it's going to be good. But you want to see for yourself? Fine. Trust me, it's scary. You will fall into error. And we know where the story goes. We're not going to focus on the rest of the Torah portion. But of the 12 spies that get sent, 10 come back with a negative report. But that negative report is better understood as a failing of confidence. I don't know if we're going to make it. It's very scary. And God perhaps knows that we can fall victim to our fears, that we can become reactive. And what a difference it would be if we had gone based on faith alone. It would be trusting that God's eyes are enough for us. But actually, that's one of the reasons this Torah portion is so very important. Shlach lecha. Shlach lecha. So, as Rosa is saying, how reassuring that God knows and still allows for our autonomy and our doubt. Yes. The tone of this is a little bit more complicated than that. The tone of this, according to my read of Rashi at least, is, you want to see? Fine, go see. It's probably not going to go well. You should take my word for it. But we as human beings do require that our own eyes verify. This is a trust and verify moment where even with the best possible set of cosmic eyes on our destination isn't enough. We need to know. And there's a tension here as we experience the rest of history, including this very moment that we're in. It is so important for us to trust and verify what is being reported to us. When journalism itself feels under attack, when truth itself feels contested, the word God might be another word for us having faith in someone else's eyes and having a course charted for us. It is so important, as some of us are writing, for us to place our trust in the divine, absolutely. But Zionism, as one of the big pivot moments of Jewish history, was an increasing reliance on human agency and human eyes. Yes, there still is room for understanding the miraculous and the divine as the unfolding of history, or in the unfolding of history. But it is also something delicate in this text. In the very opening word, Shlach lecha, send for your sake. I already know what it is, but you do need to know. I know that about you. I've learned that about you, perhaps, says God. You need to trust and verify. You need human eyes and human hearts, and yes, human frailty and doubt. What it is to be human is to include all of these things and to move forward, as John said a few moments ago, into an adventure. So let us be blessed to be brave, to be wise, to, yes, have faith that there is goodness in this path, but for us to make sure that we understand charting it is upon us. We have learned this over and over in our history, that trust and verify goes hand in hand with faith. Yes, I have faith in the future, but it's upon me to make sure that the path ahead is well protected and worthy of my children's destiny. Good. This is good. This tension is good. We don't hand our decisions over to God as if God didn't hand our decisions to us. It's good. Let's send our hearts to the east, friends. Let's make good decisions with our hearts, with our means, with our time, with our lives, in solidarity with our beloved family, who requires good decisions one after another. May we be blessed to be part of making them. It's good. Kolon balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia od lo avda tikvateinu hatikva bat shnot alpayim liot am chofshi be'artzeinu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim liot am chofshi be'artzeinu Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Am Yisrael Chai. See you tomorrow, my friends.